All right, well, welcome everybody to another exciting episode of the one and only podcast Crash Course. All right, Crash Course. So a lot to unpack here. All right, I think this is October 15th. We're 22 days out of the biggest election of everyone's lifetime, and I say everyone's because, you know, if you're on both sides, if you're on different sides of the fence, then obviously you have a different set of priorities. So it's an important election for everybody. Now, I'm gonna qualify that, of course, if you've been following me here on Crash Course. By the way, Crash Course podcast, right? We flowed out of the radio show. We were over there at the radio station for quite a while, 2.5 years, and then, you know, we've been rolling in this direction now with the podcast. We're having a lot of success. Thank you very much. I really appreciate everybody's interest. Please stick with us. A lot more good stuff coming down the pike. We're going to try and develop some videos in the near future. Add a little more excitement there for you on the YouTube channel. So yeah, I mean, our viewership continues to increase. All right, followership. I think it's called following. I don't know, following, you know, something like that. I call it viewership. I call it listening. People that listen. Whatever you're doing. I mean, whatever device you find us on, you know, that's cool. Wherever you're catching us on, that's great. Continue to tell your friends, your family, your coworkers. All right. I really, truly believe in what we do here. I know for me, it's frustrating because I operate in an industry where I see so many pitfalls. You know, the insurance and the body shop industry I'm in. Right. I tell you all the time. I work at V&J. V&J Auto Body is a very futuristic shop. All right, they're also one of our premier shops on our website. All right, that website, of course, is Collision Service Network. Hey, folks, go to collisionservicenetwork.com. Please take a look. All right, get familiar with that there, and there's a whole host of great information there for you. All right, as well as most significantly, there is a comprehensive network there. All right, of body shops. All right, these are folks that have no association with the insurance industry, all right, and they're ready to help you in your time of need, all right, with respect to collision and auto body work and things like that, all right? And you've heard me talk about that many times on this show and on the radio. There is a huge difference, folks, and let me tell you, and that difference keeps becoming more and more sharper and more clearer and more distinct, all right, as we go forward here in the future, because insurance companies keep coming up with ideas, right? You know what I've been saying for years here. Insurance companies do one thing very well, and what is that, right? They look for ways to cut costs when, where, and often. And unfortunately for you and I, that starts with our claim. Right? The minute you pick up the phone and say, "Hey, how you doing? I had an accident. I need help." "Oh, okay. Everybody okay?" You know, they go through the pleasantries. "How are you, Mr. Jones?" "Great. You okay?" "All right." And then, you know, here it comes. Here comes the knife. You know, the surgical knife. You know, slice and dice. Try and get this guy settled up and out the door, paying as little money as possible. They're not going to admit that to you, right? But I am, because I worked in that industry almost 30 years, so I'm going to tell you that's the way it is. Right? In fact, I just had an adjuster in my body shop today, and he showed us he was in the middle of a meeting, and that meeting was none other than how to control sublet cost. Right? They actually want these guys. It was actually State Farm. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what company it was. State Farm Insurance. Actually, a meeting to kind of show them, you know, talk about, you know, how they can find ways to verify invoices, and, you know, and if the invoices are actually necessary, and this and that. Folks, I'm telling you, you would dizzy yourself with the amount of nonsense that these companies come up with to try and basically get away with not paying. Now, I know people, you know, even in my family and my friends, they always look at me and they shake their head. They're like, "Yeah, but that has nothing to do with me. I pay for my insurance," and then they go to the body shop. That's true. But, I mean, folks, come on. If I can't get the money, well, let's not even use money. I don't like to use the word money. All right, it doesn't sound like it fits. It sounds like more like we're talking about a bank or a wheel in the deal. If I can't negotiate, okay, the necessary things that I need to fix your car, right? Whether that be repairing something, replacing something, whether that be on the electrical side, calibrations that need to be done, pre and post scanning, clearing codes, okay, a whole host of other things on the technology side. If I can't get the insurance companies to agree with me on these various things that I need to return your car to a pre-loss condition, folks, sooner or later, that's not going to fall on me. That's going to fall on you, all right, and me, right? Because I'm a consumer also. That's going to fall on all of us because these are small businesses, all right? The insurance company would have you think that these guys are all, they're all got yachts and they're all going down to Tahiti and Fiji, and it's all bullshit. Listen, maybe back in the glory days of the body shop business, 70s, late 60s, maybe even 80s, folks, those days are over. The margins that these companies operate in now are close to around 3%, right? Now, if you have any iota of business sense or, ever been involved in business or worked in business or worked for that matter, all right, you got to know that 3% margin's very narrow. All right, try operating a business on a 3% margin. Very, very difficult, okay, especially in the auto body business because the overhead is incredible, all right, namely paint materials. Forget the labor, forget the utility costs, the taxes, the insurance, forget all that. Just the materials alone are so burdensome today in that industry, all right? And then you have, good old insurance company coming along. They don't even want to pay us what the hell we need on the paint materials. In fact, they were trying to help out the auto body industry about, it's got to be 7 years already, right? They were trying to help us. They were trying to be sincere and understand that this was becoming a huge cost, and they were giving us a paint materials guide. And it was great, And then, like I always say, right? They look for ways where, when, and often. Well, all of a sudden they got the idea that, hey, we're not going to pay for this anymore because you're right, it is expensive and we don't want to pay for it. So you get $20 or $30, all right, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I'm paying $140 for a pint of paint. I mean, it's incredible. But I digress. So how does this affect you, right? Because customers come in, and I understand that. Or, all you understand is that you're paying your insurance, right? And the insurance company told you, hey, you pay your premium in good faith every day to every month, or if you pay, maybe if you're in a position where you can pay it yearly, great, good for you. I do that. All right, write them a big check in the beginning of the year. There you go, man. You have your money. Now you get in an accident, and they told you they were going to help you. They were going to be your friend, right? We're going to be your best friend. We're going to help you. We're going to be there for you. State Farm's the good neighbor. Allstate's the good hands. Nationwide's on your side. I mean, the Geico's going to send you the Gecko. Folks, these companies all have 101 different gimmicks and slogans and sayings and jingles and everything else. Bottom line is they're a business. And at the end of the day, they're going to look for ways to settle your claim as cheapo as possible. El Cheapo. It's got nothing on these guys, let me tell you. All right. So with that in mind, okay, it is your car. Not the body shop's car. It's your car. All right. So if the body shop's not successful in recovering through negotiations what they need to return your vehicle to the pre-loss condition, that's a problem. Right? Now you tell the insurance company, hey, I'm good, man, with $500. And then your body shop comes along and says, whoa, hold on. Hold on. You told the insurance guys you're going to pay them $500, but the insurance guys just told us to take a hike, and I'm in the bag for $1,000 now. So now you owe $1,500. So that's how this works, folks. Okay? That's how this can come back to you. All right? So when you hear somebody turn around and say, well, that's got nothing to do with us. We pay our insurance, and the insurance guy goes out there, and they write their estimate, and they get paid. Yeah, we get paid. But if we're not getting paid enough, that's a problem. All right? Sooner or later, that, what do they say? That chicken's coming home to roost. All right? So let's take a look at that problem then, right? Let's take a look at that problem. Because we really don't want the chickens to come home to roost. All right? That's why you tune in here. Right? Because you're going to go to collisionservicenetwork.com and you're going to find a shop that's going to be able to make sure that the chickens don't come home to roost, because these guys are the best in the business. And most importantly, they are not affiliated with insurance companies. And I've talked about that ad nauseum here, and I'm going to keep talking about it until we either drop dead or we just don't do this anymore. All right, that and we'll get to something, unpack something else about the photo inspections. But seriously, folks, I mean that's it. Okay, so we don't want that to get there. You know, we don't want to get there. You remember what I told you? There are guys already up in the northwest of the country, the Washington State, I think Oregon, maybe Idaho, Montana. Some of these states over there have already started to test the waters with this exact thing. They're calling it copay insurance. I mean, I'm sorry, not copay insurance, copay bodywork, right? Copay bodywork. So you owe $500, right? That's your deductible. Whoop, you're peeling off. And then the guy says, hold on, these guys screwed me out of $1,000 on your job. What do you mean? Well, I told them I needed to do this, 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 and this. And they said, go scratch. We're not paying for this, this, and this. We don't pay for that. I couldn't convince them to pay for it. So now I got to get the money. So you owe me $1,500. That's called copaying. They want to apply copays to auto body work. Again, everybody just sticks their head in the sand and thinks that this is not going to happen to them. But, you know, listen, I've seen stranger crap happen, folks. I've been in this wonderful industry for 30 years, okay, and almost 9.5 on the body side. So don't ever say it's not going to happen. If it's happening already somewhere else, trust me, somebody here is going to get wind of that, and they're going to run with it. All right? You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be a victim of that shenanigans, right? So you keep tuning in here to Crash Course Podcast, where we keep educating you, all right? And we give you that ironclad shield of common sense, practicality, and knowledge so that you'll know where to go, who to talk to, how to talk to them, all right? And who's actually going to look out for you, all right? And you won't fall into the pitfalls that we're talking about here. Otherwise, you will be paying more money out of your pocket than your deductible. Trust me. All right? It won't be the body shops, folks. It won't be the body shops. All right? It will be you. Because the margins are small. Remember what I just said? Small, 2 to 3%. Not a lot of wiggle room there. Right? When that wiggle room starts to really get compressed, trust me, they're coming for you. All right? So you tune in here. All right? Keep following us here on Crash Course, and we'll make sure that you know where to go and what to do. All right, if you have an accident or you need body work done or you're in a collision, you need auto collision work and you have to file a claim with an insurance company, you'll know what's going on. You'll know what guys are looking out for you. All right, you'll know how to react, how to deal with the insurance company, how to file a claim, what to say. Most importantly, you'll know what your rights and expectations are with respect to your policy. All right, very important. We pay a lot of money, folks. We're paying more money now than ever before. All right? Remember what I told you a couple episodes ago. 55% increase in insurance premiums since 2021. I don't know about you. Even if I got a lot of money, that's a lot of that's a big increase, okay? Trust me. I get people that come into my shop. I don't try and second guess anybody's economic situation anymore. I've had guys come in and pluck $15,000 in cash on my counter and say, "Take care of my car." Right? So but okay, realistically, though, all right, if I'm well off, I got a lot of money, which I'm not, still trying to, hoping that crypto comes in. Do I want to, do I want to be paying the insurance guys? No, of course not. All right, but that's the reality. It's the reality we find ourselves in right now. Okay, hopefully that changes in the near future, but right now the reality is our insurance premiums are through the roof. Through the roof. All right, and a lot of folks, including myself, are raising deductibles to try and offset that, and that's great. But God forbid you end up in an accident. Now you just told the insurance guys you're willing to pay more money out of pocket, and now God forbid, let's say you complicate that, right, or compress that with this other issue where the insurance companies are telling the body shops, hey, we're not paying for any of this anymore. Take it easy. All right. All of a sudden, here comes that chicken looking to roost. All right, and you don't want to be that roost. All right, so tune in here all the time, the Crash Course Podcast. Make sure you stay ahead of that curve. All right, you don't want to get caught in that wave. All right, so you stay with us, and we'll make sure that you avoid all those pitfalls. All right, so folks, I want to just talk about a couple things here with respect to that. All right. I have a couple things here. It says frequently asked questions, tips for speaking to your insurance company. All right. So I put this together myself, all right, as an insurance professional, as a prior insurance professional. I put these all together. You can find these at collisionservicenetwork.com. All right, please go there, tell your friends about us. Go to collisionservicenetwork.com. Get familiar with that site. You have these both of these white papers are there, okay? And they're filled with all kinds of information and knowledge for you, your family, and your friends, right? And this can really be helpful, folks. It can be very, very helpful. For instance, here's a question here. Can my insurance company insist that I have my vehicle inspected at a drive-in claim center or body shop location to obtain a damage appraisal? Folks, this is going on every day, all right? Now I'm going to lose it. Now I'm getting amped up here. Hey, remember I said I had a lot of shit to unpack? Well, here we go. All right? Can my insurance company insist I have my vehicle inspected at a driving claim center or a body shop, a.k.a. one of their body shops, right? One of their guys, one of their partner shops, one of their sponsored shops. They want you to go there and get an estimate. Folks, you're not going there to get an estimate. You're going there to get coerced into leaving your car there. Bottom line, right? They don't really give a shit about the estimate. They're hoping you go there, and then that guy talks you into leaving your car there. Okay, and right off the bat, if that happens to you, here's what's happening. All right, if you go there and they talk to you and they wheel and deal, you're paying your deductible. Forget it. There won't even be an opportunity for a deductible discount. Right out the window. So right off the bat, you're paying your deductible, and good luck if you have any other damages that might be casually related to the loss. And I've talked about this. Casually related, folks. All right, I'm talking about here's the impact on the side of your car, right? And there's damage to the adjacent panels. Well, guess what? Those jackasses, they don't give a shit. They're not going to try and negotiate that in, or they're not even going to say, hey, you know what, man? The way this car got hit, I got to tell you, this damage looks like it's part of the loss. No, they're going to go, oh, you got damage on the doors. Oh, yeah, all right, that's it. That's what we're doing. We're going to fix the doors. And then on top of that, pay your deductible. They won't even try and include damages that are relatively related to the loss, or might even be directly related to the loss, or indirectly. Doesn't matter. Then on top of that, they'll hand you back a two-tone car. Two-tone car. What do I mean by that? Well, good luck. A lot of these body shops that are agreeing to work with the insurance companies, they simply won't try and blend adjacent panels. They won't do it. All right? And if they do it, it's, who knows what kind of a job they're going to do, because they're not getting paid, folks. Don't you understand? They're not receiving the true value of your claim. They're not. They know that. They know that. The insurance company knows that. Okay? But for whatever reason, either they're lazy, stupid, incapable, you can go right down the line. Why that body shop would elect to have to do work with the insurance companies or get in bed with the insurance? I have no idea. That's their problem. They think that's good for them. Don't get involved in that. Don't be a victim of ignorance. All right, remember what I told you about the ignorance in the insurance industry? It is definitely not bliss. Okay, there is no bliss in ignorance in the insurance industry, folks. If you're ignorant, woo, boy, are you going to get burned. All right, so this one right here, do I have to have it inspected at a drive-in claims? They don't even have really drive-in claims. They just all use body shops now. Which, by the way, again, when I was folks. Listen, when I was in the industry, we had drive-ins everywhere. Drive-ins at the insurance company, all right? You didn't go to a body shop. You didn't go to who knows where the hell else, some salon or something. You came to the claims center, the claims office, and we had drive-ins. Well, then somebody figured out, holy shit, we don't need this. We don't even have to pay for this crap anymore. You know why? We'll just send them over to the body shop, and the body shop can use their paper, their ink, their computers, their people to do all this work. All right? Well, there you go. Within a certain number of years, goodbye to all the drive-ins, goodbye to all the claims offices, right out the door. Sold them off, gave them back, didn't renew the leases, whatever the hell their deal was. It's insanity, folks. Insane. And last time I looked, my premium doesn't go down. It keeps going up. I just told you, 55% since 2021. All right? Where's the benefit to me? Nowhere. There's no benefit. It's all them. And don't get me on a roll here with that bullshit. BI, bodily injuries. Holy shit. When I tell you, I was a paramedic, all right? I was a paramedic. I was at the fire department. I worked for Good Samaritan Hospital. Did a whole bunch of stuff over there with them. Saw a lot of crazy shit and everything. I did about 8 years over there with that. I did the rescue, the fire, the whole 9 yards. All right? And let me tell you something. When I started in that business with that stuff, you talk about injuries, all kinds of nasty, serious. Folks, let's fast forward to the 21st century. Come on. I mean, give me a break. We all know what's going on here. I mean, these cars practically, they drive them. Well, practically, they drive themselves. You got airbags on top of airbags, safety systems, brake systems, emergency braking, ADAS, accident, the deterrent system. We got every damn thing imagined in these cars now to avoid an accident. Deceleration processes. So when you do have a collision, I mean, unless you're driving 100 fucking miles an hour, which, I mean, some of these jackasses are, then it doesn't matter what you mean. You could be sitting behind an inflated airbag, and you're still going to get busted up. But for the rest of us, I mean, come on, okay? And the insurance companies know this. Do you know that the bodily injury payouts over the last 35, 40 years has precipitously dropped? That means they go like this. That's what precipitously means. All right? All the way down, folks. What do you think you hear all these lawyers out there? You see all these personal injury attorneys. They're all at each other's throats with pitchforks now. You see it all over TV, on the radio, right? 1-888, call me. I need work. I need money. I mean, I'm going to help you. I'm going to settle your case, get you lots of money. It's drying up, folks. It's drying up. The injury pools are drying up, okay? And the payouts are falling off the chart. Good for the insurance company again. Now, you won't hear them say that. They won't admit that. But I know that. I heard that when I was working there internally. They told on internals. They showed us. BI claims over the last 30 years or so, some odd years, definitely within the last 25 years, have precipitously decreased. Amazing, right? So here we go. I'm not no math wizard here, but I'm pretty sure that the kind of graph we would get here is BI, bodily injury payouts going down, premiums, going up. Something else, huh? It's really amazing to see. So, so their BI payments have been falling off the chart. That means, what that basically means is that people get injured, they get a lawyer, they sue, right? Oh, I got pain, all right, and they get money. Folks, when I started in this business back in the end of '86, all right, I was involved with the emergency services, and soon to be, like I said, become a paramedic. The injuries that I saw were horrendous. All right, I'm talking car accidents, right, motor vehicle accidents, right. Injuries that that I had to study and learn and know how to treat and know how to identify. I don't even think they mention them anymore. Flailed chest. Anybody out there is an insurance person, a bodily injury, right? You should know what the word flailed chest is. I don't even know if anybody even knows what the hell that is anymore, because that's a very rare injury, right? It resulted from basically you impacting the steering wheel. I'm just saying. I mean, a lot of people just had that back then. They'd have a waist belt on, and crash dummy, baby, right into that steering wheel. Not funny. It's not happening though, folks. So their BI claims are collapsing. The premiums are going through the roof. All right? They got rid of the drive-ins. You don't need the drive-ins anymore. They got everybody going to body shops, and the body shops using all their resources, and you're not going to get paid from the insurance company. I know that, because all I ever get from the insurance company is, oh, that's the cost of doing business. So I'm bringing this around full circle. Stick with me here. All right? So you got all that going on, and now they want you to go to this guy's shop that decided he wants to be friendly with the insurance guys and do their work. So they want you to drive there, all right, and he's going to take care of you, okay? He's going to write you an estimate, and then he's going to try and talk you into getting the job, right, getting your car fixed there. All right? But, folks, I mean, think about the insanity there, all right? What did I just say? I said all these things, but the injury claims have precipitously fell. All right, and then they like to talk about the SIU, right? Special Investigation Unit. Woo, SIU, insurance fraud is a crime. You should understand that. Insurance fraud is a crime against everybody. Bullshit. Another bullshit story that they like to throw out there. Listen, we're not condoning insurance fraud. I'm not saying that people should, willingly give up their cars or have cars stolen or set them on fire or, whatever, vandalize the car. Which, by the way, folks, I got to tell you, that shit, way down, man. Way down, all right? I mean, the claims that I saw years ago when I worked there, we had everything burning. We had cars burning up. I mean, the economy would take a shit. Cars would spontaneously go on fire. It was hysterical. You hardly ever see that anymore. Come on. With the security systems in these cars, how many of these cars are getting robbed, too? All right? It's all bullshit, folks. All bullshit. Smoke and mirrors, man. These companies, bottom line, look what happened in COVID. They sat on so much money during COVID that they gave it back. They actually said, we got to stop paying these people something. We're going to look like the robber barons from the early 1900s here. What a crock of shit, right? They actually gave us, checks. I mean, I think I got like $20 or something, or $40. Point is, they were accumulating so much money so quickly, they felt like they had to offload some of it. All right? Some. Anyway, I digress. So now, getting back to the central issue here, you go to that body shop, right? You go to the body shop of the insurance company, right? Because they're telling you to go there. And this guy's working with them, and I said the three different things, right? You're going to pay your deductible. You might end up with a two-tone car because they don't like to get paid for Jason panel blending. They tell the shop, do the best you can, try and smoke it in, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and wet sand and polish? Good luck. Good luck, folks. You're lucky you get a guy with a garden hose and a bucket and suds. All right? I worked at a shop, by the way. All right? I worked at a place called Groban's on Long Island out in Center Reach. All right? Danny's a great guy. Loved him. Great person, great body guy, tremendous body guy. Really, really could fix just about anything in his sleep. Tremendously talented. But, he, for some reason, decided that, working with the insurance companies was going to be a good deal. All right? Now, I knew this guy when I first started the business. This guy was the last guy I would have ever thought that would have saddled up with the insurance companies. But he did. I don't know. Maybe it worked for him. I don't know. Didn't look like it was working for him when I was there. All right? But we literally had a kid with a bucket and a hose in the back, and that's how the cars got cleaned. All right? We didn't get paid for wet sand and polish, which meant these cars would roll out, and I'd be looking at them and saying to myself, this thing looks like shit. Yeah, I know, but we don't get paid the wet sand, polish, or denib or anything. Oh, okay. Out into the parking lot it goes. And these poor people show up, and they're like, what's wrong with the car? Well, the insurance company don't pay us for this. They don't pay for that. They don't pay for this. Oh, okay. And if you want, you can take it up with them. Folks, I'm not kidding you. That was the exact attitude. Right? That's it. I mean, come on. If you're working, I just told you, the average margins are 3%. Do you know what they are at an insurance-sponsored shop? Right? They got nothing extra there. There's nothing going around a pot, that they can hand out to anybody. All right, so the moral of the story here, folks, is absolutely never, ever, ever, all right, allow them, all right, to coerce you, intimidate you, convince you, bribe you, all right, order you, or talk you into taking your car to a body shop location that does work with the insurance company, that works with the insurance. In fact, I'm going to read this right here. Can my insurance company insist I have my vehicle inspected at drive-in, which pretty much doesn't exist, otherwise, unless you go into a body shop, all right, or a body shop to obtain damage appraisal? Well, no. I start right off with no. The old affirmative, no. No what? No, they can't do that. They cannot insist or direct or demand or intimidate or coerce you into taking your car to one of their body shops. While all insurance companies have a right to explain their programs or services available to their customers, right, as a matter of service, they cannot, however, demand that your vehicle first be inspected at a location of their choice to obtain an estimate of your vehicle damages. Often, if your vehicle is drivable, they will insist that you take your car to a drive-in claim center or insurance shop first to obtain an estimate. Then, you take your vehicle with the insurance estimate to your shop of choice. Most of these estimates, folks, it's not most, all right? I worked for a major insurance company. It was USAA. 98, listen to this, folks, 98% of those estimates required supplements. 98%. And they were good with that. Most of these estimates will not accurately reflect the damage, leading to delays in the repair process, customer frustration. All right. Therefore, you must be sure to choose a body shop from Collision Services Network, collisionservicenetwork.com, a professional full-service repair facilities. Most significantly, for you, the policyholder, that's you and me, we all have an insurance policy. They do not fully indemnify. Indemnify is a fancy word, right? If you follow me on the radio, you heard me explain this. It basically means you're not going to be fully reimbursed, all right, for the claim. Whatever that is, whatever the reimbursement is defining, right? Whether it's an injury, whether it's medical, whether it's repairs, whether it's sublet reimbursement for additional items, all right? You're not going to be fully indemnified. You're not, okay? And they know this, all right? And I said here in parentheses, that means you're not going to receive the full proceeds of the claim. So basically, you won't be getting enough to return your vehicle to pre-loss condition and pay out when you're entitled to, due in part to hidden damage. Listen up: hidden damages, missed damages, inspection location and conditions, and with many insurance companies, as a matter of procedural policy, the adjusters are simply told not to allow certain things, folks. So again, you're being told to go somewhere, or you're being told to send photos in, and they purposefully are not going to allow for things just because they can. Okay? So you're being, in layman's terms, ripped off. All right? We're going to use the simplicity, man. Ripped off. You're being ripped off. All right? They know it. And it's baked right into the whole program. The insurance adjusters are told to basically not write certain things that you are entitled to as a matter of the proceeds to your claim. Proceeds. Money. All right, and this can be certain operations, parts, repair procedures, materials, replacement parts, anything that they know are required or most likely required to return your vehicle to pre-loss condition. This, of course, means the insurance consumer, you and me, has not received the true dollar value of our claim. All right, folks. So there it is. All right. When it comes to filing a claim, when it comes to your car being damaged in a collision or something else, any covered loss, whether it's comprehensive, theft, vandalism, bird droppings, flood, right, fire, hail, all right, tree damage, right, things of that nature, or miscellaneous. Any of these things that trigger you to have to reach out to your insurance company. You want to make sure that you are fully indemnified. Folks, let's not forget, okay, as consumers, as policyholders, every dollar of that claim you're entitled to. You don't even have to go to a body shop. You don't even have to get it fixed. You can just take the check, cash it at a bank, do whatever you want. Go on vacation, I don't know, gamble, whatever you want to do. That's the truth of it, okay? And that's why when people ask, well, what does this have to do with me? That's what it has to do with you. All right? It absolutely has to do with you. When you hear the insurance companies pulling all these shenanigans, trying to find ways not to pay, it absolutely impacts you. It impacts you at the very end of the day, in a very basic sense. You're not being fully indemnified, you're not receiving the proceeds of your claim that you are fully entitled to as per your policy. All right? That's it. Where do you go to a shop and that? Who cares? Bottom line is you're not going to receive the monies. Remember, folks, even if you're at a body shop, you can tell the body shop, listen, man, I'm good. Just put a headlight in there and fix up that dent a little bit. I'm going to take the rest of the money. Your money. All right, I think we're going to end it there. I think that was pretty good. I think I unpacked a lot of stuff. All right, hope everybody got a lot out of that. Next episode, next episode, we're going to drill into some political stuff, business stuff. All right, I'll bring everybody up to speed on the legislative effort that we've been doing for the last year or so. All right, with Assemblyman Gandolfo. I actually met him at a fundraiser, and we were helping him out. He's, I guess he's up for re-election, and we talked about a thing that we've been passionate about, that he's been passionate about, trying to help us. Didn't exactly get the answer I was looking for, but we're going to be heading in a different direction. Next episode, I'll bring everybody up to speed on that. Until then, everybody stay tuned. All right, keep it real. And most importantly, remember what I always said, right? If you got to talk to your insurance company, just do what Nancy Reagan always used to do with drugs. Just say no. All right? If they tell you to go somewhere, they tell you to send photos, just say no. Simple as that. And then go to collisionservicenetwork.com, all right, and find a shop that's going to work for you. All right, see you on the next episode.